Meta's quarterly report looks good with growth in most areas, including Facebook crossing 3 billion monthly active users. Apple TV's media partnership with MLS Major League Soccer in US sees record growth and engagement thanks to Lionel Messi. Just days after Meta's announcement of Threads app launch, TikTok announces that they are releasing text-based content on their app with drafts, stickers, and hashtags. All these exciting news items and much more coming up in this 206th weekly episode of the Connected Church News with me, Natchi Lazarus. Welcome. This is a show that brings you the top 5 digital, social media, AI, and Web3 news that you need to know for this week in just 5 minutes. Let's get started. Just days after Meta's Threads launch and all the hype that went with it, TikTok has come up with an announcement that they are entering the text-based content space by adding that format to the app. The take of TikTok with respect to text content is slightly different. Here, you will open the camera app. The moment you choose the text option instead of audio or video, then you will be taken to a page that allows you to add sound to your text, background to your text. So a lot of visual element also coming to text-based content, which I think is a different good take from TikTok. So it'll be interesting to see how the adoption is. The important thing for you to note is this could be useful for a ministry context, because in TikTok, most of the time, the problem is with videos and editing. Now with this text-based content, I see a lot of use cases with verses and quotes and so on. Check it out. Meta reported a strong quarter in their quarterly report that they released last week. Most numbers in most areas were higher than expected, and the revenue stood at $32 billion, which is 11% growth year on year. But the most interesting report was about Facebook's user growth. Facebook has now crossed 3 billion monthly active users. Just when everybody was talking about Facebook going down and Facebook being dead, they report a growth on the platform. Now, combining that with the user base in Instagram, WhatsApp, Threads, even if you take all the overlaps into consideration, there are going to be more than 3.5 billion people on one single platform called Meta. The key thing to note is Meta has been proactive when it comes to dealing with Apple iOS privacy issues. They've been taking lots of steps to overcome those barriers, and looks like some of the strategies that they put in place is paying off. WhatsApp has launched a new instant video messaging feature which works directly within the chat window. If you've used voice messaging on WhatsApp, you are familiar with how quickly you can respond to somebody's chat message using voice. Now, in video format, you can do the same thing by tapping a video camera button instead of a mic button, and you can respond to the person while you're chatting with them. I think this is going to be useful. This is a feature that's already existing in apps like Snapchat and Telegram and so on. Now it's coming to WhatsApp. And I see a lot of use cases in ministry for this, where you can have quick conversations with your staff, with your volunteer team in your ministry, even with your church members in certain situations. If you are a support team of a media ministry where you're trying to show something quickly to someone when you're trying to give support using WhatsApp. Lots of interesting use cases. Pass these details to your WhatsApp team in the ministry. Are you part of our broadcast channels on Instagram and on WhatsApp? If not, you might want to check it out. These are private one-way broadcasting channels where we send you useful news, trends, strategies, tips, and so on. These are mostly breaking news and sometimes news that are strategically important for you to know as a leader of a nonprofit church or ministry. This is exclusively for the faith-based community. So if you think this is something that you're interested in, then do check out these QR codes. I'll see you inside the broadcast channels. Apple TV's partnership with MLS Major League Soccer in the United States is seeing record-breaking growth and engagement thanks to an amazing play by Lionel Messi. This is something you might want to pay attention to if you're a ministry that is involved in sports, or if you're a nonprofit that focuses on the sports field, because there is a shift in the audience behavior and adoption, especially within the United States. This partnership includes a streaming app called MLS Season Pass, which is available on Apple TV, and it is also for 10 years. So MLS has broken its partnership with ESPN and now moved this to Apple TV for the next 10 years, and it's available in 100 countries. So you might want to think about this and shift your media buying strategies in your ministry based on this new trend. Meta's Threads app has announced new features that are coming to the platform. The most important feature, the prominent of all of them, is the following feed, a feed that includes posts from the people you follow. Because so far the app only had a For You tab which had an algorithmic feed, but now you get a feed which includes posts only from the people you follow, which could be useful, which is one of the highly requested features. But to me, the other important significant thing is the feature called post translations, which means your posts can now be translated to other languages. You also know that Facebook is very strong with language translation with various models like Llama and so on. Now these translations could be useful from a ministry context. Considering that Threads is a text-based app, people can now look at your text and convert it or translate it to their own languages, which is an exciting possibility. We'll also link to all the other features in the show notes. Pass this on to your social media team. If you've not yet subscribed to our channel, this might be a good time to hit that subscribe button and also the bell notification, because we curate the most important news and we also present it in context to the faith-based community, so you don't want to miss any news episode that we upload. You might also want to check out our playlist, which has additional news items from the past weeks, so that you can stay on top of all the important trends.